Hello once again, audience. It's your homie Ultra Blood Shocks of the Highlander homies, and today I'm gonna do something a little different instead of TF2. Instead, I'm gonna go into the actual Source Filmmaker tool made by Valve, and it's gonna be about adding cosmetics. So if I make some mistakes or stuttering, it's because I'm a little tired, of course. Yeah, I'm a little tired, of course, but hopefully I should be able to get my spirits up again. So yeah, here we go. So about making posters here, we're gonna talk about adding. One of my friends, Doctor, asked me about how to make posters. Such as love you, Doctor, about making a poster. Because I made one for her yesterday, and she would like to know. So I'm gonna go over a little bit of how to start off. To start, we have to load our map. When you right click, it should say load map. I've already loaded mine, Cothbite Active Event. And just click on it when the menu shows up. And just pick an area that you like, and then when you start up, you'll be in the work camera. I've already set up an active camera right here, seen by the white outlines right here. To do that, you can just simply go to change scene camera, new camera, and then a new active camera will come up. I've already created one, so I'm just going to use camera 1 right now. So to start off with our models, we're going to open up and create an animation set for a new model. And for a new model, for this case, I'm going to do Doc vs. Scout model. In this case, I'm going to search up scout.mdl, and this is the search for the Scout model right here. So we're going to look up in the TF mods player /scout.mdl. That's the default Scout model. As you can see, the Scout spawned in front of our active camera right here. Now that we have our Scout, we are going to open up the motion editor right here, and then you can just drag him around essentially with the move tool, the global move, the move tool, the rotation tool, and the free rotate tool right here. So in this case, I'm just going to position here on the ground by clicking on this blue square and then holding down Shift, and it'll align him relatively to the world. I can also use the arrows to move him left or right, up and down, and up, forward and back, and up and down. In this case, I'm just going to keep him the way he is right here, or I can also pan him by axis. So now that we have him spawned in front of the active camera right here, just make it more clear right here. Now we can get ready to start adding cosmetics. But before we do, we need to set his body groups of his hat and headphones to none. This is to ensure we don't get any sort of clipping errors right here with the cosmetics, as they may conflict though. So now that we have removed him, we can start adding cosmetics. The first way we can add cosmetics is to use this item, this box, Add Team Fortress Item tool, and this will bring up the item selector menu of what TF items you want. In this case, I'm just going to add a Thirst Blood from 2014. Thirst Blood. And if you look I'm just going to go into the work camera, and as you can see, the Thirst Blood has spawned on the Scout's head, and we can see the scar on his cheek, like in Rambo, and yeah, and it's already locked on, and it looks fairly good. Now, another way of also adding cosmetics to a model is creating an animation set for a new model. Click this option, and you can search up what cosmetics you want. By the way, you can't simply just look up a cosmetic that you want. In this case, Brooklyn Booties, sorry, and expect to find it. And you also need to have underscores to substitute in for the space when searching for a cosmetic, and it's not showing up there. You have to reference by its original workshop name, the Blinks Breaches. Blinks _ Breaches. There's the model right there, and that's how you can find the cosmetics. You may have to refer to the Steam Workshop for this. If you're having trouble finding cosmetics you want, I have a guide over here that can work as well. This is the Gmod guide created by Cheeseburger and Flare Bacon, but this also helps a lot with SFM too. So I usually go to this guide if I'm looking for what cosmetics I really want. Here are the actual cosmetic names and their file names right here, and you can also search up cosmetics by class, and you can also have weapons and all class cosmetics, gunmetal items, skins, and whatsoever. So take note of the link right here. This can be a really helpful link. So yeah, it really helps a lot. I use this very often. Going back into SFM, for gunmetal items, most items should allow you to just simply type in the name of what you want. In this case, I'm just going to search up the Flakjack, the Scout Battle Hat. battle jacket right here. Flak underscore Jack. CC Summer 2015 means gunmetal, and so it's a gunmetal cosmetic. And there's the flakjack, and it's spawned in front of the active camera. Now that we have our cosmetic in front of the active camera, we're going to open up the transform bones right here, body and arms in this case, and we're going to start matching the scout's bones, the transform bones, into the cosmetics transform bones. Don't match the cosmetic bones into the scout bones, otherwise it'll screw up. It's always like class to cosmetic right here. So we're going to do this for all the transform locks right here, bip spine 0, and be sure they're all matching. Bip spine 1 into 1, and just repeat this process until they all fit. I'm going to go collar L, collar R, yep. And once you have linked up all the cosmetics here, now what we're going to do is we're going to zero it in. Staying in the motion set editor, you're going to drag this procedural playhead 0 and drag it all the way to the right there, and that locks it onto the cosmetic. And if I were to move the scout around from his base model right here, if I were to pan him, for example, on the x-axis right here, the cosmetic is staying locked onto his model, and that works. If you do this with the Add Team Fortress item, it'll do this. The SFM will do it. The scout model will automatically provide the locks for your model. So it's not really a big rush. It may not work for all models though. But however, I prefer just creating a new animation set for new models, since of course this method is very limited and it only contains everything from EOTL and before. So, but otherwise it also works too. And I'm gonna add the Blinks Brooklyn Bodies to the model. Brooklyn Bodies. And there it's added, but however, if I look in, there's a little bit of clipping issues, especially with the Scout's tags, default shoes, and also, again, just set the body groups to 0 body groups to none on his shoes in this case, and there will be no more clipping issues. And there we go. And that's how you add cosmetics onto your Scout model, onto your class model. If you also want to add animations, you can right click on the Scout model, import sequence, and it'll give you a drop down menu of all the available sequences that are available. In this case, I'm going to use, for example, the selection menu idle, the animation that plays when you select a class from the class menu right here. Or I could also use the stock taunts right here, or even the the even taunts from that I've already from other updates as well, such as gunmetal. I've had to do these manually though, so with GC escape in order to get these ones. And here's the taunt Russian Kazatsky kick playing right here. And if I play the animation, as you can, my computer's a little bit laggy, but the animation is playing, and you can see the scout dancing right there. And when also making when you get into making a poster, try and pick a frame that you feel is useful for you, and then we can whichever frame you like, and then you can just pause it from there, and then you can just work at it from there. And you can just go on from there. In the next episode, I'll talk about actually going into posters. And the next one, it will be on a blank map, same model right here, and I'll make it a little, and yeah, and hopefully it should help. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.